أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وأشهد أن محمدا الله ورسول الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. In ancient creeds of peace, from Nabi Adam all the way 124,000 prophets later to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be on them all. I greet you all in degrees of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the month of Ramadan. In history, this month is favored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is recommended, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us, as part of the many tenets of Islam, that we have to fast during this month. Now, there are a lot of things that go along with fasting. Saum or siyam, depends on what tongue you may use. But fasting is obligatory. Spiritual benefits. Spiritual benefits, numerous. From getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increasing our iman. Increasing our iman and getting close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's said that every breath of a believer is fasting is like tasbih. Tasbih is like saying Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, and Subhanallah, 34 and 33 times respectively. That's like saying tasbih each and every single time you breathe. Alhamdulillah, that's a wonderful thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us this beautiful and glorious month for fasting. And there's many other spiritual benefits. Like for instance, every time you make salah, it's increased tenfold, up to 70-fold, just by making salah with our sincerity. Shaitan at this time is tied up in chains. What does that mean? I had to look deep into this. All right, how can that be? But because this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's holy month. The Holy Quran was revealed during this time. And during this time, if we have our thoughts together, practicing doing good deeds, we can do nothing but succeed during this month. Now, let's speak about some physical benefits. The human body is filled with toxins. They have many herbal remedies that where they put it at the bottom of your feet and it drains all the toxins out your feet and everything. You have things like that. They have also a lot of things you take, whatever, that flush a lot of toxins out your body. But the best cleanser, physical cleanser and spiritual cleanser, is Ramadan. In a short while, I'm going to attempt, inshallah, to read Surah Al-Waqayah and Surah Al-Rahman in Arabic and in English, inshallah. So I pray Allah forgive me if I mispronounce any words. And please, as the Ummah, I pray you forgive me if I mispronounce any words. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this month. This is a favor. From the time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, said, I have completed my favor upon you and chosen for you Islam as your religion, as Allah says in Surah 5, Ayat 3. Allah has continued to give us many other favors. And this month, we should take advantage of this month, inshallah. It is said that when you recite Surah Ikhlas several times, that's like saying the whole Holy Quran. That's like saying the whole Holy Quran without a problem. However, it's also recommended, inshallah, that we read the Holy Quran from cover to cover during this month of Ramadan. And every time you see the juice, what's it, juice 1, juice 2, or juice wahid, just Itnan, just Lata, like just 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. That's usually the time. That's usually represented between the days, how many times where we should be in reading of the Holy Quran. And doing reading the Holy Quran during this month of Ramadan, we gain nothing but insight. It's also recommended that when you do read the Holy Quran, just read it all the way through. Just read it straight, just continue to read straight, because you can get caught in footnotes, explaining this verse and that verse to tell you what ayats came in what period of time. Before you know it, you're holding yourself back. But why should we read the Holy Quran during this month of Ramadan? We're all busy. Everyone has something to do. We all have to run work. Though, alhamdulillah, we was able to break from work to come to during this month of come to Jummah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran in Surah 62 that leave off all business and traffic. Best for you. So come to Jummah. Really, really wonderful thing. And when we come to Jummah, it gives us a time to assemble. Here is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, I pray Allah be most merciful and bless me as I attempt to read Surah Al-Qiyamah. This is the great event. Now, the joys of Ramadan, amongst many other things, amongst the good deeds we do, our salvation, how are we keeping ourselves much better individuals? We have something to look forward to. The great event. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about this great event in the Holy Quran. And this great event is a wonderful event, inshallah. We should all pray that we're blessed enough to see this wonderful event. And inshallah, we definitely will. Inshallah, bear with me, inshallah, as I take Surah Al-Qiyamah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. إذا وقعت وقايا ليس لوقعتها كاذبة وخافضة رافعة إذا رجعت أرجل الرجل وسقطت الجبال باسا فكان هباء منبثا وكنت أزواجا ثلاثة فصاب المناطي فصاب ميمنة وصاب مشمتي المشمنة وسابقون أولئك مقربون في جنات العين طلعة من الوالين وكيل من الخيرين على سرير مقدون متكئين عليك متكبرين يطوف عليهم غلمان مقاتلون بأكواب وبريكا وكاسم ومعين لا يصدقون عنها ولا يصدقون وفاكهة مما يحتكرون ولا يتم طاهر مما يشتهون وحر عون كمثل اللؤلؤ المكنون جاء بما كانوا يعملون لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما صدق الله. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the great event. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. When a great event comes to pass, there is no belying it's come to pass. Abasing one party, exalting the other. When the earth shall be shaken with a severe shaking, and the mountains shall be made to crumble with an awful crumbling, so that they should be scattered as dust. And you should be three sorts. Then, as to the companions of the right hand, how happy are the companions of the right hand? And as to the companions of the left hand, how wretched are the companions of the left hand? And to the foremost are the foremost. These are they who are drawn nigh to Allah, in gardens of bliss, a numerous company from among the first, and a few from among the latter, on thrones decorated, reclining on them, facing one another. Round about them should go youths, never altering in age, with goblets and ewers and a cup of pure drink. They shall not be affected with a headache thereby, nor shall they be exhausted. That's speaking about wine. It's a pure wine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this pure drink is a wine. And you shouldn't be exalted you shouldn't be exhausted or get a headache. And fruits such as they choose, and the flesh of fowl such as they desire, and pure beautiful ones, the light of the hidden pearls, a reward for what they used to do. They shall not hear therein vain or sinful discourse. There's no sinful talking, and nothing like that, no horrible speech in general, except the word peace, peace. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ikalam, I'm going to say, peace, peace. Ila kalam, salaman, salama. So that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about. The good things, the good reason why fasting Ramadan is a blessing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised all of this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised about what we have to look forward to in Jannah. There are many other places in the Holy Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about how rivers flow, how beautiful rivers flow, mansions, silk and brocade. Well, we are in gold, silk and brocade, how we privileged that. How we get fruits, food, beyond your wildest dreams. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised this to us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already made that promise to us. So we have no other choice but to fast this holy month of Ramadan. Salawat. Now, in Surah Rahman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about why we should fast, okay? Or why we should obey His commandments. There are many other things. Inshallah, we'll get in the second part of the Khutba. By us doing what we have to do, make it a better society. Let me break it down to you, inshallah, in a way, inshallah, you can understand. On the ship, every person has to do their part. If one person falls in doing their part, things can malfunction, maintenance is not getting done, and the ship can decay and eventually not do its job. It's almost like similar to a table. Table, at least, is a good table, should have at least 4 legs. One of those legs break, the table's not going to be able to function properly. As Muslims, by us is doing small things we have to do. For instance, make a salah. Just making salah alone is dawah. Making salah is inviting more people to inquire, inviting more people to the faith. Why are you bending down? What is that about? Could you tell me a little bit about that? We, as Muslims, we have no choice but to give dawah. And Allah is the best knowers. I may be one of the many people that you sometimes try to avoid arguments and debates because sometimes you get really lengthy and almost come to the point of getting into almost an argument. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you think that you will live in this life, you will not be tested. So we will all be tested. So when people ask us anything about this deen, alhamdulillah, consider that a blessing. Because we're doing nothing but giving dawah. Mind you, in the similitude of a table or sailors on a ship, all doing their individual part for the ship to stay afloat. As Muslims, we're all doing our little individual part, giving a little bit of dawah. Now, fasting. People at your work, out in the community, saying, how come you're not eating? Man? Everyone else is eating and drinking and so on and so forth. Say, it's Ramadan. Ramadan? Really? Inshallah, could you tell me about Ramadan? Yeah, it's a holy month of Islam. You know, we do this, we don't eat, drink, or have sexual intercourse with our wives during daylight hours, and read the Quran. We try to pretty much take it easy during this time. It's our holy month. Before you know it, brothers and sisters, we're doing nothing but inviting people to Islam. Inviting in Arabic is dawah. That right there is just fasting. Shahada. I declare openly and secretly that there is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Openly and secretly. Okay, we can take that on several levels. Either we declare with the shahada, actual shahada, say, everyone says no God but Allah. Or even small things. People will notice that in your character. No matter what, they will always notice that in your character. That you are a Muslim, without a doubt. Being a Muslim, having this unshaken faith that God is with us. That you bear witness there's no God but God. That unshaken faith, you can go anywhere in the world and never have to worry about it being shaken. You can go to Jerusalem, to Al-Quds, to the big masjid out in Jerusalem, be amongst Christians and Jews and so forth, to even going to any other place in Israel, or even going to Mecca, or even out here in Los Angeles. No matter what, brothers and sisters, this unshaken faith, this saying Shahada, takes more than just saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu ilaha illallah wa ashhadu wa ashhadu anna Muhammad abduhu wa rasuluh. It has much more than just saying that. By saying that Shahada is stating a lot about ourselves as Muslims. And then we talk about the Hajj. At some point in our lives, we have to make Hajj. If we can afford to do so, inshallah. And believe it or not, the majority of us can't afford to do so. Now, we're not only talking about money, we're also talking about time. That means we have to take time from work, or time from home. We have to make provisions for our families, and so forth. And if we take our families with us, we also have to count on taking us there, and so on and so forth. So people will say, where are you going? So it's Hajj season. Hajj, what's that? Well, you know what, brothers, since we give more dawah. Mind you, might bring you back to the same subject, by each of us doing our individual parts, we're making the community better. Now, let's go about zakat. Zakat is during the month of Ramadan, give 2.5% of your earnings. Right? But let's take a zakat, blow it up into a major way. Zakat, charity. Though it's just something small, it's by giving a smile. But no, brothers and sisters, we always heard that old saying, it's better to give than to receive.